I'm going to pick VP. So either I'm right or I make my ass look, even more impressive. So, but yeah, no, I think VP, they've shown that they can play up to a certain level. Say the first 20 minutes of that last game. I think the Roche loss turn that game around a little bit. But yeah, they've shown that they can play up to a standard. They've definitely made comebacks as well. Again, yesterday, taking that series 2-1 after being a game down. So there's no reason that they can't maybe pull something off like that again today. So yeah, I'm going to back VP. I'm going to say that maybe now this draft feels a little bit more balanced, that not everything relies on the Ursa being able to get in and blow heroes up. And we'll see who's going to be right, I guess, because both teams are starting off with a smoke. And guys, don't forget, if you want a free $15 bet, you can click the banner below the stream. New customers do get a free $15 bet. But yeah, both teams starting off with a smoke. Rotation, Ace is getting himself right into that offlane, getting the wards down as well, blocking the camps. Smoke's going to break between these two heroes here, so they may be knowing something's up. But Broodmother, starting off with just the Queln Blade, got the courier coming out a little bit later on with his items. It looks like the Hoodwink, though, might have got that D-Ward out straight away. Yeah, yeah.
And by the way, the odds also saying it's a little bit more balanced. So it was 1.4 to 2.8 in game 1, favor game Gladiators. Now it's 1.55 to 2.3. So yeah, it does feel like the odds a little bit more. Well, not obviously not in favor of VP, but definitely a lot more balanced. It does feel like a way closer game right now.
Yeah. And you can see that the pings are coming out in the mid lane now as well. Ace just having to move away because 4 heroes are around this rune spot in the top of the map. So what are they going to do? I mean, Ace, he's just dropping the spider webs and just going to move himself back into the trees and away from this. It looks like it might just be that potential 2-for-2 trade.
One thing I'd be interested in is how quickly we can get CCNC online, because it's kind of his job to get online very quickly to make sure he can contribute to his team, because again, VP, they will play fast-paced. At which point you're like, if our mid laner still needs to farm and our carry is still, Pudge takes at least an items to get ready. Oh dear.
Yeah, the hook though not thrown out. It was teased. He was thinking about it there, Doraccio. But Celery just throwing out the frostbite, and the Tiny immediately has to move back. But it's still gonna be. I mean, the Tiny in the lane up against the Pudge and the combo with the Crystal Maiden. How do you think that lane actually plays out here?
The Pudge Crystal Maiden is gonna be really strong, right? Like if you hook someone in there, you luckily have like a Tiny who's pretty tanky, who's got stuns, who got toss and cookies. So VIRTUS.PRO, if they're out of position, they'll take a lot of damage, but it's not as bad as other lanes where there's like no mobility. Here you've got plenty of mobility to survive, but you can't be too low health if you get hooked in.
Yeah, and the first blood will go the way. Celery losing his courier, so that's always a feels bad, but. Yeah, so sorry, you should look into maybe get a couple of, behind, get some of the tree tosses off and get aggressive like that. But yeah, like I say, I mean, I'm looking to see, because the frostbite into the hook, especially underneath the tier 1 tower, if they get a direct line for that, that could be the real first blood there.
Yeah.
It is a great setup.
And it's last, especially once you get a couple levels in the frostbite. But and Sayo, you can see he's like, I'm taking damage. It's very tough for him to walk in close. It does feel like he's just going to be a body for Ace to, sorry, for the Snapfire to get, for Notice to get some farm here. And mid lane, it's going pretty well. Overall, it's going pretty well for GG in all the lanes right now, particularly Ace, who is way ahead, and Doraccio gets first blood.
And I'm seeing, it's going to be the Crystal Nova on cooldown there as well. Doraccio, yeah, like I say, being able to pull in that first blood here in the bottom lane. VP, not the great start they had last game, giving up that first blood. And meanwhile, Ace, 24 games, 75% win rate here on the Broodmother. So he's got the numbers, but can he back it up in the game?
And he's been backing it up for a long time. That didn't last long. That was a very unfortunate death for the Tiny. And yeah, game of Gladiators, but the lane stage is looking better for them in game 2, even though at least again for VIRTUS.PRO, this lane stage is not quite as important. But at the same time, you are up against a farming lineup, so you don't want them to get too far ahead from the start.
Yeah, and you are up against an infinitely scaling Pudge here once he gets that flash heap up and going as well. If this lane, because again, like we've talked about the setup, the Frostbite, Crystal Nova's a lot of damage in an AoE as well. So great setup to get into the Pudge hook. You run down with the rot, and all of a sudden you've lost from the Frostbite, the hook, you've lost 2/3 of your health, and then the rock comes away, you can't run yourself away. Pudge could be looking to get himself 5 or 6 stacks in that flesh heap before the laning stage is even over.
Yeah, it's a bit scary for them. And Quinn, he's farming pretty well in the mid lane. It's just looking pretty good. And oh my god, notice he's in trouble again.
Yeah, look at this. He's just being chased down. But meanwhile, in the mid lane, there is going to be the torrent flying through here. Quinn, bottom lane, though, there's going to be the damage coming through from the Snapfire. And they still get it. Celery still gets the kill.
That is very unfortunate. Again, look at it. He's only got 7 CS in 3.5 minutes, but it'll be about like maybe, I don't know if he has a TP available, but it is just looking really bad for Nose right now. Again, they have some team fight to come back from it, but this is not the start that I mean, we said it, right? You can Frostbite, hook in. We expect there to be some action, but 3 kills in 3 minutes feels a bit much right now.
Yeah, it's not great. It's definitely not great here. Squad X trying to find the farm in the mid lane as well. He's a few last hits above Quinn, but Quinn has a full wave here to catch up. And Squad X, so he's already got the double bracer. He's a big tanky boy in this lane. And what are you expecting in terms of the Kunkka, in terms of items? You know, does he want to be building maybe in towards bottom lane? They're actually going to be able to get the kill into Celery now as well, but the chase down Dyrachyo. Does he get the kill into Sayush? Sayush, he's going to go for the tree toss, and it looks like Dyrachyo is going to give up here. Didn't have the mana for, and the hook is on cooldown anyway. So it looks like they do get a kill back in this lane on the bottom lane, and maybe get themselves right back into it. But again, once that Crystal Maiden's back up, going to be full health, full mana, going to be able to TP to the bottom lane, maybe bringing a salve for the Pudge as well. And there's no reason the Pudge just can't carry on getting aggressive here and looking for kills. Meanwhile, did he get it? The Bushwhack comes out now as well. They might have the lockdown onto Tofu. Tofu with the Acorn shot. One more right click, and that is going to be Krilliat picking up his first kill of the game there too.
Slightly bold there, going forward like that. I mean, I know the ticket's got like something like 7 armored, but that was definitely a risky play. You asked about the item build for Kunkka. I liked when they go for the first item for the BKB, just because you get so much control coming out from that. You dodge so much damage, right? You're up against Tickies and Crystal Main, and BKB feels really valuable in that situation. And Ace actually dies. Looks like, I think it probably looks like. Wait, sorry, that was Ducalis dies. My bad. I saw the courier for Ace fall down. Yeah, it looks like it was just a deny though. So wants to come back with full stats. Yeah, I do think the BKB is going to come out for the Kunkka. And from after that, let's see. What do you want? Heaven's Halberd's pretty good against the TA, but I've always been very partial to the Aghanim Scepter for Kunkka. I do like the Torrent Storm that he can do.
Yeah, do you think at any point he goes for the AC here now as well? The Bushwhack's going to be coming through. Tofu, though, again, trying to do a little bit of damage. Krilliat, there is going to be the Sticky Bomb. Doesn't latch to Krilliat now as well. The Blast Off doing a lot of damage. They might be able to chase back onto this Lifesteal. A Lifesteal is going to be taken down, and Tofu claims the kill.
Tough. Again, it's a little bit tough right now for VP because Krilliat's got the lowest CS among all the cores. The Ace is absolutely shredding him. Like, there's no other word for it. He's got 10 denies, he's got 40 CS almost, and Krilliat's just sitting there with 18 creeps. Very tough situation to be in. Hoodwink is doing as best as he can for Ducalis, but it's not enough. Ace is just running this lane the way he wants. 2 Wraith Bands as well, so a bit of damage, a bit of armor as well.
Yeah, and look at this, Ducalis' sticky bombs just keep flying out. And Ducalis, he's going to be pressured in this lane. Not going to be able to hit with the Bushwhack now as well. And Krilliat, he's not even really being able to get close to contesting this farm. Ace, he's getting all the last hits he needs. Maybe find a couple of knives here now as well. So Krilliat stepping up. And guys, remember, if you want to get yourself a free $15 bet as a new customer, you can click the banner below the stream. But yeah, Ace... he's been able to pull the lane. He's top of the net worth there as well as I know we're talking about the first 7 minutes of the game, but a Broodmother with a great start. Bottom lane now as well. Do they have the control? There's going to be the Avalanche flying through here now as well. The Crystal Nova, the hook. It's still going to connect now as well, walking him down. Was he going to go with Cookie, trying to get himself away from this one, but he's still going to be rooted down. Does he want to try and get the chase down here on the Crystal Maiden? A couple more right clicks. Might have it with a Crystal Nova or 2, but... spells coming off cooldown. Meanwhile, in the top lane, there's good the rotation through. Krilliat gets the kill onto Ace. And Squad X, what can he do? The Bushwhack, really nice setup there as well. But Quinn coming through, getting the kill onto Squad X. And he might be able to chase down onto the lifesteal as well. Meanwhile, the bottom lane, they do get the kill onto Saj. And might even be able to get a double kill on this lane. Dyrachyo even underneath that tier 1 tower. The Cookie comes out. Dyrachyo's going to go down to the tower, but not before getting the kill onto Noticed. And again, 9-4 on this Pudge. Being probably responsible for half of those with the Crystal Maiden on this lane.
And he is the most farmed hero on the map for Dyrachyo. And you said, oh, he might get like 5 or 6 flesh heap stacks. I was like, what? Get me another play-by-play. Who knows what he's talking about? And like, he turned out completely right. He is just owning the lane. And by the way, this puts a lot of pressure on Squad X because he has to now fix both lanes on the Kunkka. Kunkka is very well
Yeah.
suited for that, but you did not want to think, oh my god, I have 3 lanes basically, because we're going to see CCNC just farm the jungle if he needs to. Duracio's way ahead, and you also have Ace at the top. Because apart from Kunkka's X mark, their ability to catch the Broodmother is quite limited.
Yeah, and you can see that Krillets had to move into the mid lane here now as well to try and find some space, because Ace, the pressure that they're putting on this top lane, you know, it's just... It's forced the lifesteal out of the lane. He's even being chased down by Quinn here in the mid lane as well, trying to get himself back, just trying to stop himself from being affected by the traps and chased down. As Ace Saush just happened to move himself away again. You look at the top of the net worth here, all 3 cores on the side of Gaming Gladiators right up there. The hook this time is going to miss with a Frostbite, you know, the cookie away from Notice this time, gets him out of danger. Ace moving into the jungle, still looking for items. He already got himself the mana boots, and probably going to be the Guardian's Greaves once again, but the top lane is just being completely ignored from both teams.
Yeah, I mean, whoever wants experience can go there, but VirTUS.PRO recognize, all right, Ace isn't in the area. If we go there, it's going to be very dangerous. But he's going mid actually, and going for it to cast nice bushwhack, keeps him alive in that situation. But Ace, yeah, again, he still has that. Look at the wards from the Radiant side though. They got one next to the Dire Outpost and one on the cliff as well.
Yeah, and are they going to try and chase down onto the lifesteal? The spawn spirals comes out onto the creeps now as well. The multiple kisses is going to be dropped. Quinn, can he get himself away? No, he's going to be bushwhacked right back into it. And they do find that kill. And Noticed picks himself up, one on the board here with those Mortimer kisses. Ace moves himself away. Meanwhile, on the top lane, okay.
Nice.
They're going to get the kill onto Tofu. Squad X though, throwing the boat out for that. Not a massive cooldown on that. So he's going to be happy with just picking up a kill.
He's going for the first item BKB on the Kunkka, by the way, which is, you know, pretty fairly standard, but he's not like going to go for anything else. To just, I want the BKB, I want to make sure I can be, no one can control me. So VP punching back quite a bit, you know, getting the kill on CCNC, getting killed on Tofu, alleviating some of that pressure. Laning stage ends, they're still, you know, decently behind, but it was looking a lot worse for them a few minutes ago.
Yeah, as Krillia, he's just playing musical lanes here, trying to find one where he fits in. Moves himself down to the bottom lane, and I mean, he's got to be careful here because Pudge, okay, three points, excuse me, 3 flesh heaps there. Probably not in range for a couple of the Crystal Maiden kills, but it's still, you know, starting to stack up. And if he gets caught out, the rage isn't going to stop him from being dismembered there as well. Duraccio just backing himself away. He doesn't know who else is down here on the bottom lane, so doesn't want to overcommit, as Krilliat does show. You know, Celery not the closest, so would have to respond to a gang. So yeah, see Duraccio. Now he's going to go for the dismember, but there's going to be the avalanche coming out almost immediately to cancel that one off. The hook, it comes through, latches onto Cyrus. Do they have the lockdown? Do they have the damage to keep him locked down and get another flesh heap stack here? Duraccio is going to be chasing on. Was that the rock coming through? There's going to be the really nice frostbite to keep him locked down, and it will be another kill going the way of Duraccio. He picks it up, and maybe Krilliat's going to be able to get a lot of revenge here. The right click's coming through. Can Duraccio break some ankles through the trees? Even with the Tumbler's Toy coming through. Look at the Crystal Nova damage as well. And Lifestealer, this time he has to run away in case a hook comes out into a dismember. He doesn't want to be on that flesh heap.
Yep, and he's getting very close to the Agam Scepter, by the way. About 1,600 gold away from it. That's pretty fast for the Pudge, especially because he already has the Hood of Defiance. So a lot of this magic damage coming from VirTUS.PRO, from the Snapfire, from the Tiny, you know, all of Kunkka's spells basically. He's just gonna be like, oh, well, it doesn't really matter too much to me. And yeah, Tofu just by himself in the top lane, getting farm. He's almost level 8 as well, which is pretty good for him at this stage of the game. You know, almost at the same level as Duraccio.
Yeah, and if they need to go for a push, I mean, Quinn's going to be moving to the top lane now as well, so they can potentially look to push down that tier 1 tower. But yeah, like you said, Tofu's just fine picking up the farm and the experience on his own, because Ace doesn't need the hook so close. Frostbite now as well. The Tumbler's Toy comes out. He's going to try and break, but there's going to be a really good bushwhack. Multiple is coming through from the backlines now as well. They get the kill onto the Pudge, and what else can they do? Celery, he's going to be caught with 3 men behind enemy lines. The Cookie comes in, and that's the way the Cookie and Celery is going to crumble here underneath that tier 1 tower.
I like it. VirTUS.PRO, when they bring these 4-man gangs, they are able to get something going off on the map. So recognizing, yeah, we can kill Duraccio. You know, we can go for it. They do get a kill here. Still, there's a lot of farm on CCNC. You know, he's getting close to that Desolator. Already has 1 Mithril Hammer. Already has a Dragon Lance. He is farming up a storm. Haven't seen much from Squad for a while though. He does seem like he's taken. Where is the Kunkka exactly? Is in the mid lane, just pushing, playing a little bit more passively than I expected.
Yeah, it looked like he moved into the jungle as well to find a couple of the stacks. Krillia, okay, he's gonna go for the infest. Playing it fast and loose there with no health there, Krillia, but yeah, he does get that infest off, so he's going to be able to get something back, moving towards that tier 1 tower as well. So it looks like they are going to try and trade off tier 1 towers between the two safe lanes, get what they can. The Pudge, it looks like he's already moved himself into the triangle as well to find those stacks. So not going to be a massive amount of loss here from Doracho. Yeah, as he does find that farm. Going straight towards the Ags as well.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I want the damage, the anti-healing coming out, and why not, right? I mean, it's always a core item for him, so I like it. And yeah, just look at Tofu, dude, just by himself. They're not even using Ace to push out the top lane, right? They usually it should be the Brewmaster's like, no, let's do it, guys. Don't worry about me. Oh, dude, again, GG is just having everyone farming something. Everyone's getting gold in some place, particularly the cores, whereas VP suffering a little bit. It's a little bit behind on everyone.
Yeah.
What is this?
Tofu's just having fun. He thinks he's still playing the old techies
Yes.
Before the rework techies. But yeah, you can see Doracho as well. He's not too far away from having that full axe. What's that? About 200 gold.
Yep.
So maybe a camp and a half from being able to pull that out of the bag. And yeah, you can see that, like you say, VP, they're just struggling to find the farm. Whereas Game Gladiators, they seem like they've taken over the entire part of the map. Tofu quite literally taking over the map with his mines being dropped here, and Quinn has that Deso now as well. They're going to be trying to make a dive into Savage. Look at the right-click damage coming through. And Tiny's not a weak here. He has a decent amount of health. And Quinn, with one right-click here, took away about a third of his health. So has to be really careful about being caught out.
By the way, dude, so you were mentioning playing the old techies. Did you play a lot of the old techies?
I played a hell of a lot of the old techies. And, Sharpshooter comes out, takes down Tofu. Yeah, no, I hated that hero when I played against it. Loved playing as it, though.
And how do you feel about the rework? Do you think here's in a better spot? Oh, dude, Ducalis, be careful, bro.
Yeah. I like the new techies. I talked about this with Wingblade yesterday, that I absolutely hated the old techies. I did play it, mainly because I got the Arcana. And it's like, well, now I have to play it.
Well, you have to master it at that point.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But I like that the techies feels like I was talking about yesterday, that it felt like a lot of anti-Dota as the old techies, where you just buy the Ags, you split push out, you use the green mines to try and split push through the map, and you never join in with team fights. You mine your entire part of the map, and that was kind of the game plan. Meanwhile, top lane, we'll see. Cyrus, does he get the toss back now as well? There is going to be the boat flying through. He might be able to get the kill into Quinn. Quinn's going to go down. Notice with the Mortimer Kisses once again, Doracho trying to back up his teammate, has that Ags, but wasn't able to get in range in time. But yeah, guys, don't forget, you can, if you want to get yourselves a free $15 bet, you can click the banner below the stream to get yourself in on that. But yeah, the old techies, it was a 1 versus 9 hero. Meanwhile, Tofu, he's going to be taken down once again. So a 1 versus 2 there for the techies, not coming out on top.
But one of the things you want to mention about Game Glad is that they have a lot of free vision around the map, right? They have these mines that can explode, spinner snares now available, as well as the TA traps. I've noticed this with GG, they always like to have a couple of heroes, at least one hero that can give you some form of vision around the map, whether it's like a Clockwork, a Beastmaster, Brewmaster, of course. The Spiderlings are always good scouts, although their vision did get nerfed by half? 700 to 400, but even so, Squad X gets the X mark. Does he have the backup to go for this? Looks like the root does prevent him from going any further.
Yeah, he was caught in the spinner snare there as well. So I mean, the first 16 minutes, yeah. But the hook comes out. They're going to be able to get another kill. No, the BKB from the Kunkka. Do they have enough damage to take him down through just the right clicks now? Waiting for that BKB to fade off. The cookie comes out as well. So notice, trying to get his teammate out of danger. The trap will be popped, but there's going to be the root coming through again. Another spinner snare, and Doracho slowly but surely just trying to catch up. The bow will connect the back lines. They might be able to turn targets. Going to Saushin. Saushin's going to be dealt with here on the back lines. Celery picking up that kill. So the Crystal Maiden looking at a little bit deadly here in the second game compared to how it looked in that first game. And this might cost him a tier 1 tower now as well. You can see the Hoodwink trying to get himself away. The cookie comes out now as well. But
gotta say, Sayush's jump with the blink tag on the time was great. Yes, he died, but he was able to stop their aggression from chasing the more important heroes, which was the Kunkka. So yeah, I like what he did there, sacrificing his life for the team.
Yeah, but at the minute, and again, in terms of kills, it's fairly even, but Gaming Gladiators starting to get a little bit ahead in terms of net worth, moving themselves into the Roche pit now as well. And look how quickly this is going to fall with the TA, with the meld, as well as the Desolator coming through. The right clicks from the Pudge after this Dismember as well. It's just two heroes in the pit at 18 minutes, or they might be able to find something out of this now as well, but Tofu gets a kill into Callus. Can they carry on going? Because Notice takes down Tofu in revenge. The hook onto the Kunkka, X marks his spot, but Pudge just says, I am going nowhere now as well. The Mortimer kisses start to fall, and Quinn, he's going to be able to pick himself up the edge, get involved in this fight almost straight away, going towards that Blink Dagger now as well. Not going to be too far away from it, and the Spinner Snare, it comes out just in time to get the trap onto Notice. There is going to be the Lotus Orb coming through though, so that Silken Bowler will be bounced right back, as well as the Spawn Spylands on Ace. And he just has to be, I mean, careful. Duraccio gets another kill onto Decalis. And yeah, at this point, VP, they just have to back themselves away because Gaming Gladiators, with this aggression, playing some true Defy Dota here and looking great at the minute doing it.
I mean, how do you even fight, right? You're up against a Broodmother with Greaves, you're up against a TA that's already the most farmed hero on the map with an Aegis, and you are going to get a kill on Tofu, which is nice for VP, but it's a bandage on basically like the massive bleeding that they're going for, and it's not even for free.
Look at this as well. The Frostbite comes out. Quinn just cleans up the Snapfire, and now they've got the chase on as well. Are they going to be able to get themselves on top of the Tiny? Well, they are, because the Spinner Snare, that amazing spell comes out. He can't even get himself towards the Bounty Rune to try and get himself a little Brucey bonus there, and he just gets cleaned up and taken down.
I feel bad, dude. Like, do you remember the True Sight from the Team Spirit True Sight where Tiny was running and everyone was like shooting him and Ame was like gonna fall? I felt the same way just now for Sayush, where he's like, I'm gonna get the bounty, and there's like, no, he's getting holes in his body, he's being beaten down. He's like, oh well, I guess I don't get it at the end. Yeah, I thought that this would be a better draft from VP. The team fight is superior, but this the pace that Gaming Guys, they're playing way faster. VP does not have sort of the lineup to deal with it at the moment, and they're struggling. Even when they put the Kunkka in front to deal with like Ace, they still have to deal with Duraccio on the Pudge, blinking in, Dismember, taking away a lot of the BKB timer. It's very tough right now for VP. And guess what? There's still 3 minutes of the Aegis left for Gaming Gladiators.
Yeah, and bottom lane, they might be able to get a kill onto the Pudge. Can they carry on going? No, he's going to be able to turn around the Dismember, though. It is going to be cancelled off. Bushwhack comes through. They get the Sharpshooter off onto Quinn, but Quinn, again, has that Aegis. Like you say, Ace is going to be able to get the kill onto Callus. And now the chase down onto the trees. Into the trees. Krilliak can get himself away. The right clicks. It's not going to be off the chase onto Sayush, though. He does throw out that Avalanche. Darachio's getting really down up with Tofu. He just throws himself in to finish off that kill. Squadix picks himself up at the damage room, but he's nowhere near to help out his team members. And this is going to be another tier 1 tower. It looks like going down Ace with the pressure from the Spylands. Going to be able to put the pressure, take down that car, and the right clicks as well coming through from Gaming Gladiators. Nothing that VP can do to try and stop this pressure here from the side of Gaming Gladiators so far in this match.
My bad, by the way. I thought Ace had a guy who still only keeps the arcane boots, but he's going for I think an Octarine core next. I mean, again, just the map control coming out from Game Labs is huge with all this traps, with all the Spinner Snare, with all the mines coming out. It's just a small map to deal with, and look at Krillat taking all that damage. Is he even going to be able to make it out alive? Nope.
Boots of Travel just straight jump into the Blink Dagger there from Duraccio, gets a straight up kill onto Krillia. And what else can they do? They're going to be able to get the kill onto Tofu here now to Callus with the Sharpshooter. Mortimer Kisses are going to be dropped with the BKB coming out on the Kunkka. What else are these Mortimer Kisses going to be able to do apart from putting them in one place? Lotus Orb into the Bushwhack. So Duraccio going to be controlled by Quinn. He comes in with the right clicks. The cookie comes out now as well, but one more right click. No, the Avalanche. It cancels it off Quinn. Is he going to be all right underneath this tier 2 tower? Still has that Aegis for a minute and a half, and they clean up onto Callus once again. Dismember onto the Tiny. Tiny going to be walking himself away. He's either going to choice of the Spinner Snare or the Spider itself, and the Spider will rip him apart. The Ace on the Broodmother taking down the Tiny.
So the sports fall down from Gaming Gladiators, but again, doesn't really matter. We're still seeing those flushy stacks keep adding up. We're still seeing the gap continue to grow for Quinn, and the Aegis is not even used. Now, look at that. He was like, I've lost a lot of health. Let me just make a regen ruin appear, Let me just call Gaben, and he does get that.
Just getting him on the phone, just phoning up. Hey, Gavin, you can give me some of that NA solidarity. Just give me the regen rune coming through here as Ace. He's going to lose a couple of the Spiderlands to the cookie coming through from the Snapfire, but he's still going to be fine. He's still got half of his army there as well to chase down onto Notice if Notice comes up too far forwards.
I've seen a lot of Aura build Broodmother. I don't think I've seen a lot of Octarine core Broodmother. I mean, it's It's definitely very interesting to see that come out for him.
Yeah, look at this as well. The mines just given away. They're trying to go for the D mines, but just some creative positions coming through from Tofu to get these red mines down here around the map.
Well, Snapfire has got the Lotus Orb, which is kind of nice. Oh, there we go. Might be able to get something here.
The Dismember comes in, the silence now as well, so the BKB comes out from Squadix. What else can they do? Tofu looks like he's going to get really down low. The boat, so they are going to be able to get that kill. Mortimer kisses are back up in a couple of seconds as well if they want to try and throw these out. But the cookie away, trying to get Sayush out of danger. The Force Staff though, Daraccio, can they get the chase down? Was that blink now as well? He's going to be able to get himself right on top of Notice. Lotus Orb, but there's still a hook available if he wants to throw it out. Point blank hook. And one more right click. Quinn is going to be able to want to secure that kill at a distance now as well. And the chase is on. What else can they get out of VP? So Dismember available. Frostbite comes out into Krillia. The right clicks now as well into that freezing field. He's trying to get the infest away, but Takalis, he's such a squishy hero, he just gets taken down, and now the right clicks, they might be able to clear up everybody here. Krillia, is he going to be able to get himself away? He's trying to run himself out of this now as well with the rage.
They lost, what, nothing on GG for that? They're just getting away with murder. And I gotta say, VP, they're playing very conservative. They're kind of wary to take any fight with Gaming Gladiators. I know they're far behind, but sometimes it feels like Gaming Gladiators, they rush in, and VP's like, no way, we're just, everyone Delta splits, they lose one or two people, Draccia might hook one back, and you know, there's traps, spinner stairs. So I feel like they could take, I don't think they can win a fight very much, but oh god, squad.
Top lane, sticky bomb into the hook. The damage isn't going to be able to take down the Kunkka. The Kunkka throws out the boat, but he might still go down here. A lot of damage actually onto the Pudge. Ooh. So it's going to be 4 heroes is the answer to taking down Daraccio now as well, but the silence comes through from Tofu there with the dive in, but is it going to be, again, he puts himself in the middle of 4 heroes as well, and Krillia Stoush just going to be able to right-click him down. Notice moving back towards that mid lane, but was that a smoke screen? As Gaming Gladiators, with Daraccio as well as Tofu, taking pressure off that tier 2 tower push, and they get another objective out of this.
Probably they didn't want to lose Daraccio, right? Like, he's still a heavily farmed core, and you lose Tofu as well, who's the most farmed sword. So that's nice for VP. I think that at this point, defending structures is kind of like, well, we're not really going to be defending them. We might as well get some kills out of it. But yeah, overall, I still think VP playing very timid. You know, a fight happens, they try to run away. How are you going to run away from a BKB Pudge with hooks? How are you going to run away from the TA or the Brood Mother? So VP, now it's a bit too late. Now it feels like maybe taking fights is actually impossible. But if we go back like 10 minutes ago where they were running away from fights that maybe they could have won.
Yeah, and now you can see, again, Ace pushing in. Squadix has to be careful about even coming through to try and cleave down some Spiderlands. Roche at least 35 seconds away here before the big man's back up. But yeah, Gaming Gladiators, there is going to be a smoke coming through from the side of VP. How are they going to try and make this happen, though? Who can they find? Who can they take down? Because everybody on the side of Gaming Gladiators back up, back alive, and not too far out, apart from Quinn. He was getting some decent split push out. He's going to TP himself back to the mid lane here. But yeah, Gaming Gladiators aren't playing separated at all. And if you try and engage on them, there's a lot of save coming out from Gaming Gladiators here. So what's their actual objective here from VP with this smoke?
Give me a moment. I'm thinking.
Okay.
I'm going to come up with something. Alright, they put some decent wards. That's kind of, I mean, there's an opening, right? You have some vision, although the smoke comes out from Game Gladiators. They see this, so they are able to run away. So those wards were very useful. Yeah,
the bushwhack though, Daraccio going to be forced out of it immediately. It looks like the target might be the Takalis, and Takalis, Quinn just blowing him up once again. He's got that Chrysalis now as well. So, do they have any more chase? Who have they found? It looks like everybody else is away on the side of VP. No. I mean, was it the... Never mind, he's going to be able to get the TP. Maybe going to be able to get the TP. No blind hooks. Nothing like that. Yeah, it comes a little bit too late. Daraccio can't stop the lifestealer from being able to get that TP away.
Yeah, I mean, the wards, again, the net worth dipped very... Even though they lost Ducals, it still dipped slightly in favor of VIRTUS.PRO. You want to get those wards up. You want to have some vision, because there's no way you can make any play if you can't even see the enemy. Like you're saying, they're sneaking. Yeah. Maybe you can somehow get an angle where you can kill the Crystal Maiden or Tofu, and then you can take a fight. It's a very tall order, but you have to create openings somehow, and that begins with vision most of the time.
Yeah, and I mean, look at this as well. The net worth, 14k net worth lead here. in favor of Gaming Gladiators. Roshan going to be up in 18 seconds, and Gaming Gladiators in a great position to take it down. So VP, they probably need to try and contest this as best as possible. And starting off the Bushwhack, it's going to be the Infest Bomb comes through. They're going to be able to blow up at least the Techies. Can they take down as well the Crystal Maiden? They will be able to. So Krilliat with a double kill here, a decent amount of net worth that he sorely needed. And when you are behind like this, any kill is a good kill here. And this might be enough maybe to set up for a Roche take, but the Kunkka. Never mind.
And by the way, where were they standing? Right next to the Dire Observer ward. So that smoke to put in the ward ended up paying for them. Second Roche is up though. And VP, oh, that's a tough one. You really can't afford to give it away. You really can't afford to give them the second Roche. You do have the Snapfire, you do have Kunkka, you have decent heroes in the pit that can go for it. But when you're this far behind, it's still a very scary thing for you to deal with.
Yeah, and Quinn is just getting bigger and bigger. He's getting close towards going for a straight Daedalus, which is just going to stack up the damage he can do. And you can see the jump in. It's the Spinner Snare starts up here now as well into the Kunkka. But the Kunkka with the X mark, yeah, there was a lot of damage, but not enough to finish the job.
Oh, and I thought I heard a BKB. Did someone just use a BKB?
I'm hearing a BKB, but I don't know who used it. Maybe the Kunkka, maybe thinking of fault. Yep, it was the Kunkka away. And now they're going to be able to look at the right-click damage coming out. And Krilliat just has to run himself away from this. Ducalis tries to get that sharpshooter. Going to get him up the cliff here now as well. He's going to be rooted, though, and gets taken down. And another Flesh Heap stack coming out for the Pudge there. He's on 12 at the minute. And again, well, you've lost his support. Krilliat, he has to go back and heal. But it's actually, he's going towards the bottom lane. But there's not going to be any creeps anywhere near him for him to heal up from.
Might get to the jungle. By the way, do you look at? Can you see how many small green dots are on the minimap? All these are something that provides vision. It's a mine, it's a web, it's a trap, and it's a lot of them. There is a lot of these dots there. The Dire do have a ward near Roshan. They have a ward in the river as well, but I don't see them contesting it. This is second Roche. This is going to be Aegis as well as the Shard. So it's going to be a big power spike here for Gaming Gladiators. And at this point, you're thinking, should we start knocking on the barracks?
Yeah, and you can see that they take away the outposts as well, and in this top part of the map. And VP, I'm surprised to see that the Lifestealer isn't in the Radiant jungle here, just looking for farm, looking for the items, trying to catch up. He's even behind the Pudge, 4k behind the Pudge, about 7k behind the TA here now as well. And it's just, what can VP do to get this net worth back? Is it just going to be looking for fights, or do they just need to play Avoid until they can get the next couple of big items?
I don't think that. Doesn't seem like there's much of a feasible path for VP to come back in. Is the frank truth of it. You're up against a team that has better split push thanks to the Broodmother. Your split push is somewhat limited. Maybe we can see Squad, X Mark walk into a lane, push it out a little bit with a couple of hits with the Tidebringer. But overall, a mistake has to happen from GG for VP to take the fight. That's just the truth of it. They're too far ahead from Gaming Gladiators. There has to be a massive, mess up coming out for VirTUS.PRO to take a fight. Some mispositioning, a bad blink. Maybe if you can force staff someone inside if you're VP, but in a straight 5 versus 5, there's no way.
Yeah, and you can see that. Well, at least there's a bit of an uphill defense here coming out from the Bushwhack, from the Hoodwink. Like say the Cleave coming out from the Kunkka there as well. Even like the Cookie, the Avalanche as well, that deal with the Spiderlings, the Scatterblast as they move themselves up. So yeah. Gaming Gladiators maybe potentially looking for... they have the Aegis for 3 minutes if you want to try and make something happen, but maybe looking for a pick, just keeping VP choked in the base before they actually do look towards breaching that high ground.
And again, I admire GG's Gaming Gladiators' discipline. They do not go too far. They make sure that they are always have advantages. And by the way, if you guys want an advantage in life, take those free $50 just by clicking down below if you're registering for the first time. What do you lose? In fact, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain by doing so.
I was going to say, to lose, Notice was coming out way too close to the Broodmother there. And Broodmother, this is a pre-aura build, going for the E-Blade. The right-click's coming through now. Ducalis, one more right-click, but does he get away? He does. He gets himself away from that. So maybe looking for the damage that comes out with the Silken Bowl, the Spawn Spirelings there as well to get a quick blow up maybe on one of the supports with that E-Blade. stops the lifesteal from being able to right-click, and that's his entire kit, down the drain.
Yeah, it's I still find this Broodmother build a little bit odd, but when you have the Ethereal Blade, guess what? Anytime lifesteal is on someone, you can just Ethereal Blade the person he's hitting, and he's like, well, now I can do nothing.
Yeah.
Literally the hero can't right click. He can't do anything with the lifestealer. So it's interesting. I think I prefer the Aura build, but Ace went for this. If this is a game to go for the Ethereal Blade the Ethereal Blade Octarine Core, it's this one.
Yeah, and you can see DotA just moving himself around. He's got that AC now as well. He's pretty damn tanky. How do you take this hero down? Do you just have to hope the lifestealer gets through him with the right clicks? Or, what's the plan to deal with DotA? Never mind the rest of Gaming Gladiators.
You catch him alone. I mean, they have enough damage, right? And Notice does lose his life again. So 80 seconds left on the Aegis. Gaming Gladiators might say, you know what, we got a core down. Let's try to get, let's get this game, let's get the show on the road right now. Let's take a rack. What are we doing here?
Yeah, and Gaming Gladiators moving through. Still a minute left on this Aegis. The Bushwhack does come through onto Quinn, but he's going to have those refraction charges now as well. The diving and DotA, they're just going to be able to blow up the Catalyst straight away now as well. Okay, has to back himself away. This is going to open up a tier 3 tower here with the fortification coming out. They might be able to protect the racks, but with 2 heroes dead, it looks like Gaming Gladiators, they want to take this advantage over VP, and now, again, Aegis 40 seconds before that expires. It's going to be at least a tier 3. What can Squad X do? He can't do anything, can't get the right clicks off, because the BKB jumping from DotA now as well. He's going to be able to get the lockdown. This member comes out, the right clicks come through from Quinn now as well, and it looks like Squad X, the Infest, trying to keep him alive. The boat will fly through, and this is just going to be forcing VP right back into their own base, and now clearly he has to pop his own BKB. The freezing field comes out, but there will be the Bushwhack to get the lockdown onto the Crystal Maiden. The right clicks, though, Krillia trying to back himself with the hook. It connects to get the kill. He has to buy back right back into this now as well. The blow up comes through. They're going to be able to do a lot of damage over onto the Kunkka. The Kunkka has a buyback, but nice Tofu comes in. He gets the silence up onto 3 heroes again. The damage the sharpshooter will connect, but DotA, he's just a big tanky boy. And even Ace, the back lines, he takes down Notice. Notice, did you want to buy back into this? Because they're just running rampant in this bait. Lifestealer goes down. That's him. The dieback comes out now as well. Saryush going to be chased down, tossing back, trying to get the pudge into the base scene now as well. But the X marks the spot, working against this. And now Saryush, the creeps even getting involved in this now as well. Do they have the line for the hook? It looks like Saryush, he's trying to blink himself out of danger. The avalanche come through now as well in the torrent. But look at this, behind the tier 4s, behind the Ancient, just fountain camping here on the side of Gaming Gladiators.
When you got twice the net worth as the enemy cores, you're pretty okay with doing whatever the hell you want, and like I said, there's just nothing they can do about it. You need someone to hook the pudge into the fountain, basically, at this stage of the game. But with the Assault Cuirass, with AT and Flesh Heap stacks, he's almost on level 25 as well, so he can take the talent for it. I mean, dear God, and there you go. He's gonna be able to land the hook. No, it doesn't even matter. He's just going there for fun. DotA looking really unkillable in this game. Meanwhile, Quinn, he's handling the Raxes one by one.
Yeah, and you can see that they know there's no buyback on the life steal. He's already used it. Oh, there's going to be another dive in from DotA here as well. The Dismember, the Force Staff comes out onto the Cookie as well, onto the Kunkka. But while this is going on, DotA's playing 1v4, and Quinn's just saying, okay, cool, I'm going to take your entire base. And what are you going to do about it?
Do you see him smiling? And they're like, oh, this guy's having fun.
Yeah, he's enjoying this here. Maybe some jokes in the chat there as well. The dive in onto the back lines. Kunkka, he's going to try and throw that BKB out now as well. DotA, he's out of mana, so he's not going to be able to get this moment until the mana boots come out from Ace. But that's going to be Megs at 36 minutes in here. And VP, I don't know how they stand up against it. The right clicks as well. Quinn, he's just saying, I'm going to take you tier 4s and come at me. You think you can stop this? Come at me, bro. As DotA, 1 versus 5. He's diving in again. The toss into the fountain. DotA, this time will he go down? No, the E-Blade is going to be there. It's going to save his life. And the right clicks as well from Quinn. Again, fountain cam this one out. Krillix trying to get himself it through. The right clicks onto the BKB. Is he going to be able to get the kill onto DotA? It is, but it might cost him his life. A couple more right clicks as well. Tofu has to move himself away. GG is going to be called here, 36-22, and a 35k net worth lead coming out from the side of Gaming Gladiators. They just take this game 2 in style, like a proper Eastern European team. Davai DotA all the way.
Yes, the North American Gaming Gladiators did a great job in winning game 2 here.